Ahead of you the next few days. You know, it's been 11 years now since an F2 tornado ripped through Iowa City, causing a lot of damage in parts of the Johnson County community. A look at some of that damage more than a decade ago. For example, the Alpha Chi Omega sorority house was among some of the structures very heavily damaged by that April tornado. KWWL reporter Jalen Socek returning to one of the areas hardest hit by that tornado back 11 years ago, the 900 block of Iowa Avenue.
Well, Ron, homes here were destroyed by that tornado, but many of these properties actually serve as rentals for college students, many of whom don't actually know what happened here 11 years ago. But one man still living at the end of the block goes back to that devastating night.
You could hear this roar coming.
Peter Jochimson and his family preparing to take cover in their basement.
I was at the back door trying to close the screen door, and my wife Grace and my son Peter were yelling to get into the basement.
Though you wouldn't be able to tell today, this home suffered over $80,000 in damages. But only one word can describe the feeling they had coming back up from that basement.
Numb.
Seeing the damage that was done to their home and yard. A hole in their roof, a roof that still remained unlike many of their neighbors.
This is the garage door. Something had hit that, and you still see the car behind there. This is a bedroom up there, and you see something again went through, and
17 of their trees uprooted.
It was like a ghost town. Quite amazing. I remember we have a creek here that comes up. There was a car that was picked up and dumped in the creek. I mean, you just couldn't believe the strength of such a phenomenon.
The feelings of that night coming back even 11 years later.
I'm getting emotional. The thing that really got to me was when the Salvation Army came and offered me water. It's something you don't want to live through. Yeah.
All that done in just the 2 minutes they spent down in the basement.
It doesn't take long for destruction. It takes much longer to put it together.
Peter says all the homes on the block were able to be repaired except for one apartment building that had to be torn down and rebuilt. Live in Iowa City, Jalen Socek, News 7 KWWL.
Jalen, thank you very much. In fact, there were 15 tornadoes which hit eastern Iowa and western Illinois that day. Remember in Iowa City, remember being down there covering that tornado, about 30 people in Iowa City were injured, though there were no serious injuries. However, in Iowa that day, there was one death. A woman was killed when the tornado went through the small town of Nichols in Muscatine County.